In the past, she may have garnered the reputation for being spicy, nasty, and mean, but I'm gonna tell you guys exactly why Solange Knowles is the comeback queen. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. I want to come to you guys today and do a quick video on Solange Knowles because I feel like nobody is talking about her anymore, especially after her last album. Solange Knowles, in my opinion, is probably one of the greatest artists, probably one of the most original artists of all time, especially during this day of age when every single song is a remake, a reboot, or a sample. Now, if you don't know who Solange Knowles is because you're from another dimension, she is the younger sister of Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, Beyonce Knowles, top female vocalist. But yeah, Solange Knowles is a little sister to Beyonce, and Solange, in my opinion, she was always living in the shadow of Beyonce. That was one way I always related to her because I was always living in the shadow of my older sibling. But instead of her being a bitter bitch, she went ahead and found her own lane in the music game. Now, in the beginning of her career, she kind of like strayed away from music. You know, that was Beyonce's thing, and Matthew and Tina were like solely focused on Beyonce. So we had Solange doing like cameo appearances in music videos. She was like a preteen video vixen, and then she was like, you would see her here and there doing some little acting gigs, you know, some little cute little gigs, just to get her name out there, good little buzz. But one very important milestone in her life is when she took her vocals and realized, you know what, I may not be able to sing, but I can sing. You know, Solange, she has a cute little voice. It suits her. And her career literally took off when she went ahead and lended her vocals to the Proud Family theme song. Now, you guys all know the Proud Family. The Proud Family is probably one of the best cartoon shows ever created on this side of creation. Absolutely love the Proud Family. I'm annoyed that they're rebooting it. They need to leave a lot of shit alone, but hey, it is what it is. I'm welcome to see it. But regardless of the fact, she lended her vocals to that song, and that literally gave her the confidence to go out and be a solo star. Which leads me to her very first album by the name of Solo Star. Now, I'm just doing this video off the top of my head. I don't really remember any like standout singles from that album, but I will say it was like mildly successful. You know, it was an album where she was getting her feet wet, and it really just pushed her to continue to go further and further. Now, 6 years rolled by. We thought her music career was on the fly. Really, she was doing like a lot of acting jobs. I think the main acting job I remember her being in was one of the Bring It On spinoffs. Y'all, they shouldn't have made Bring It On and I'm a fan of cheerleading, but Bring It On should have stopped after the first one, the best one. But anyway, after taking that long break from music, she came out with her second album in 2008 by the name of Soul Angel and the Hadley Dreams. I think that was the name of it. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. But that album was cute. The main singles I remember from it were Tony and I Decided. Those were the main songs that I like personally. I Decided was my favorite song of the whole entire bunch. But I didn't even hear that song until like years later after that album came out. Like, I didn't hear I Decided until maybe like 2012, to be honest with you. And that's the thing about Solange. She makes content that hits later. It may not be like a hit right in the moment, but years down the line, you like hear it out of nowhere and it's like, okay, this is a bop. Why have I not heard this before? Because Solange is a very ahead of her time type of artist. Now, when it comes to music, girl, Solange, I will say this. Solange would have not gotten as many chances of music to find her sound if she wasn't Beyonce's little sister. I just gotta keep it all the way real. Like, there's no shade, it's just a fact. Like, sometimes, like I always say, it's an opinion of mine, but 9 times out of 10, my opinions are a fact. And Solange did take like very long breaks from music. Like, I wanna say 6 to 8 year spans between each album. But after an 8-year break, it surely was worth the wait because in 2016, she came out with her third album, one of the best albums ever made, especially in terms of black music, called A Seat at the Table. You guys, when that whole entire album came out, like, I just felt that in my soul. Like, that music, like, legit raised my vibration and literally raised the vibration in mainstream music, in my opinion. Like, that album really generated the conversations within the black world in regards to, you know, depression, you know, Black Lives Matter movement, black women and the things they face and the things that they go through, you know, black people and their hair, you know. I think a few years ago, they just signed a bill about black women being able to wear their natural hair in the office. In 2019, 2019 was when that bill was signed, y'all. 2019. But what started the conversation? A Seat at the Table did, and then also all the other black media. And basically, like, 2016 was the year when we all collectively woke the fuck up. Like, let's keep it real. Like, we woke the fuck up in 2016, and that album kind of helped push the conversation a lot further. That song, Cranes in the Skies, just, in my opinion, summed up Black depression. Like, I just loved and related to that song so heavily. And then, you know, Don't Touch My Hair, you know, I mean, self-explanatory. And then, you know, all the monologues in between, like especially the one from her dad. And then especially my favorite monologue was from her mom, Tina Knowles, when she did that whole entire monologue about, you know, basically like how us black people being proud is not, like us being pro-black is not being anti-white. Like basically explaining like we should be able to celebrate ourselves and be happy in the skin that we're in, because you know for decades and eons and centuries we were taught to hate ourselves. Tina taught me, and she taught her well. Now, A Seat at the Table was so good that she even won a Grammy for her single Cranes in the Sky, which was well deserved. But in regards to like mainstream attention surrounding Solange Knowles' career, she actually, like, her position in the industry started to wane a little bit, because during her acceptance speech, she actually denounced the Grammys, basically saying that like the Grammy board are out of touch. Basically their award does not validate black music artists and their content, because the people critiquing it don't really know much about it at all. So like I said, I've asked you guys this many a times before. Do the Grammys really even matter anymore? Especially when we have the greats like Tupac, Biggie, and even Nicki Minaj not having one when they more than one deserve one. And I forgot to mention this, you know, Solange Knowles did have an attitude on her. She was very like feisty, especially in comparison to Beyonce, who Beyonce's very more like demure and laid back and quiet. Solange Knowles, she spoke her piece, and if you pissed her off, she would let you know. Now, I gotta keep it real. If she weren't connected to Jay-Z and Beyonce, she probably would not have had much of a career in music due to her attitude. It's not even the fact that she has a bad attitude. I mean, she did go on interviews and did give like a little attitude to the people that were introducing her. Or that one time, I'll never forget that story when she got into it with the police over a banana balloon. Like, she had like a banana balloon and then the police popped it or something like that, and she got into an argument or altercation, and she was like intoxicated. And then she walked away and started twerking in the middle of the street. Now, I don't know if this was a whole entire true story, but I'll never forget it. It was all on Nicole Bitchie. Nicole Bitchie was one of the blogs I used to read very frequently back in the day. Before the Shade Room, it was Nicole Bitchie. But then we can't forget her infamous fight with Jay-Z on the elevator. Y'all, that was one of the most iconic moments I've ever seen go down at the Met Gala. I mean, probably the only thing we've ever seen go down at the Met Gala, because the Met Gala is like just like the biggest ritualistic event in the industry, in my opinion. But regardless of her bad attitude, she took a 3-year hiatus from her last album, and then she went ahead and put out When I Get Home. Now, you guys, I gotta keep it real. When I Get Home came out, I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I'm like, what in the elevator music hell is this? I was so disappointed when she released that album. Like, I was mad at her. Like, I was pissed off. Like, cause Solange, you had me as a solidified fan, and then she just like betrayed me. Like, she betrayed us, putting out some bullshit. But later on I discovered that it wasn't bullshit, because baby, one day, I don't know what was going on with me, but I was feeling me. I got home, had a little bit of ganja and some Hennessy. Baby, I'm just kidding. Hennessy's nasty. Yeah. Y'all, I was on a good high. I looked over to the left, turned my speaker on, and started jamming out to that album from start to finish, and baby, it was magical. Like, it was brilliant. It was masterful. And then when you tie the music into the visuals, it just enhanced the experience. Like, you guys, if you guys do not like Solange's last album, get high or intoxicated and listen to it from start to finish. You will fall in love with it. Like, I have never seen an album with original music, original beats, it was like an album that you could play from start to finish and the songs flowed into each other. I have never seen that done before. I have never heard a whole entire album that just flowed from start to finish. Like, you didn't know when one song ended and one song began. Like, that has never been done before. If it has, correct me if I'm wrong, but acknowledge me if I'm right. But what's next for Solange? Who knows? I'm hoping that she puts out another album. I don't know exactly how she's going to follow up with When I Get Home, but I will say I'm looking forward to it because that was a very underrated project, especially due to her like not really full-on blacklisted, but being low-key blacklisted in the music industry probably got like no attention to that project at all, especially because that project was catered to Houston, and a lot of people didn't care about Houston until 2020, to be honest with you. A lot of people didn't come until they couldn't afford their rent anymore, so they came down here to go buy up a house. But it was a love letter to Houston, and a lot of people didn't understand it, but I feel like when people move to this city and they just jam out to it while they're like riding out in traffic, because that's really what the album is too, in my opinion. It's like, it's like a soundtrack to Houston traffic. Like, you would have to just be here to make it make sense. But Solange Knowles, I'm looking forward to your next album, your next project, your next collaboration. I think she also has a home decor line coming out, or a home decor collaboration. I don't know, but whatever you do, boo, I will support you. But those are my views, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna come at you guys with some more content.